clown in a circus doesn't go home and sit and watch a television with his red nose and he takes his paint off and he's a normal bloke. That's all I am. I'm not the same person off stage as I am on stage. However, when I was doing alcohol and drugs, I was becoming that person all the time. And it was so fucking much hard work, not only for me to keep up and maintain and perform, but for people around me, because I just took everything for granted. I blew tons of dough trying to paying for fucking things that had broken and paying people off to fucking not sue me and whatever. You know, I'd think, well, Keith Moon died or so-and-so died, I'm next. I knew I was dying with it, you know. I got arrested more times than I didn't. I'd go to the doctors and they would give me a medical and I'd call my wife up and say, listen, I've got some pretty alarming news. I shouldn't think about having a long life for your husband because his liver's about to fly out of his arsehole. And then I'd wait for a week or so. I couldn't wait to have another blood test, so I'd say, it's getting better. So I'd go out and get pissed again. Because the amount of poison that I put through my fucking body over the years, I should have been dead 1,000 times. And then what I would do, I'd go to a doctor and have a shot of vitamins. And I'd think I was okay then. And you take vitamin pills just because it's subconscious. You think you're putting something good back in, you know. I was into fucking everything, morphine, everything. Why can't I stop? But you get up in the morning, you keep banging your head on the morning, and you go to bed and you got a fucking big lump on your head. And you think, fuck me, what is the fucking point in doing that? And the next morning you wake up and you get up, the first thing you do is start banging that wall again. That's the simplest way I can put it to you. I would get up in the fucking night, you know, and drink. The last house I had, the reason why I bought that house was at the bottom of the one lane there was a pub, right at the bottom of the lane, and the reason why I bought the house because I wouldn't get done for drunken driving, so I could walk down to the pub and walk back. And at the other end was an old guy that used to make his own wine, which was like fucking loony soup.
Yeah.
And, you know, and if someone's getting pissed, you can't come communicate. If you've not had a glass of vino with them or whatever, the jokes are like, okay, he's told me this joke 15 fucking times now, how many more times I've got to hear it? When you're pissed, it don't matter because you keep on going stupid. When I very first started, I always drank alcoholically. I never drank socially. I always drank for one reason, that was to get pissed as a fart. But as the years went by, I started mixing that with pills. Then I started mixing with pills and fucking smoking dope. Then it went to that and pills and coke and fucking bit of heroin here and there. And I never was a big heroin user, but then I got involved in morphine and stuff in America called Demerol, which is a synthetic opiate. And then I was in all kinds of shit, cocktails. And the amount of times I OD'd was fucking unbelievable. I've had stomach pumps about 3 or 4 times. I drank in the beginning and I used drugs in the beginning to give me the Dutch courage, to match the fear that I was. I always was a fearful person, so it made me a bit extrovert, you know. But after a period of time, the fear came through the feeling of the alcohol. And I had 2 problems, fear and alcoholism, because I couldn't imagine going through life straight. I couldn't imagine writing a song straight. And I thought, well, you know, at the end of the day, I thought, well, if I don't write another fucking song, I can't do this anymore. Because my children would, like, be freaked out when I'd come home pissed. And it got to me because I'd already fucked up one mate, well and truly, because of my behaviour and my abuse to my ex-wife. It's a flip side to every coin. Everybody likes the wild man and the crazy guy that doesn't... But that crazy guy's got to bed and lying on that pillow with his fucking conscience and say, was that a good move you did today? I mean, we all lie in bed and we've all gone out and got a few drinks and woke up with this person you don't even know where you met her from or whatever, you know? And I didn't want to do that anymore. I just didn't want to wake up in a strange place with strange people or buy some cocaine and end up in a fucking toilet somewhere sniffing it all night long with some strangers. I didn't like that anymore. I felt like a fucking sewer rat. I just really didn't like that anymore. But at the end of it, I've now been taking Prozac for the last 4 years because I had a chemical imbalance and I became ultra paranoid, and it did do some lasting damage, and it may end my life a little bit shorter than one. So now I've become like a health fanatic in that respect. The only vice I have is which I'm working on is smoking. But I get up every morning and I work out in my gym and wherever I go I work out.